I think my eyes have been closed this entire time. I think they have been sewn shut from seeing the outside world. That is the world beyond that which I have only known for so long. You're going to be here and live your dream just to find yourself inside another. Not all dreams should last forever. Because you get accustomed to the feeling that all pain will just go away. And that when you wake up, you'll be another person. And have a second chance. Eventually, you run out of second chances. And thirds. And fourths. And what you're left with is a life you made for yourself. There's no getting away from yourself no matter what you do, where you go. You can look away from anything. Or you'll still be the same person. You'll still have the same face. Sooner or later it'll sink in. And when it does, it just feels like the whole world came crashing down on you. There's no one left to blame. It is hard to say if life is more cyclical or linear. I can see signs of the same thing happening to the same people over and over and over again. But I can also see how everything makes sense through a straight and narrow path. There's some beginning point where the pieces begin to fall, pushing down everything else after it. And it builds and builds. Everything bleeds out into something else. There is a simple explanation at the root of it all. And how my face is now here. And soon, it'll be up there and over there. And that'll be the end of my line of falling pieces and the start of someone else's. Because I'm bleeding out into this world, slipping and sliding exactly where I'm supposed to go. And maybe I'll see you there.
There, little Gless. It's over. She's gone. No one's going to hurt you.
What do I have to do? Where have I gone?
Where have you gone? You're right inside there. Right where you're supposed to be.
Right where I'm supposed to be.
The perfect view of the world as it goes by you.
Spinning past me. Pulling each part of me in so many different directions. Like a web. Drawn out all over the place.
You have to be careful with those fragile imbalances.
I don't remember meaning any harm.
I don't remember you asking. I don't remember the little girl who was so scared of her own shadow and everything that surrounded her.
I do. She dissolved and withered, and God knows where. And now she's exactly the person we all knew she'd become. One away with oh so much on her mind.
There's a lot of wiggle room in there. Plenty of space to expand, to spread your arms out. Start taking things back. No need to be lonely and looking for love.
Love. Or the idea of love.
Loneliness is contagious. And it always gets worse before it gets any better.
The human mind is both very powerful and fragile. From the moment we're born, we're taking in information, and as we grow, we process everything that we see and hear and feel. And memories are formed, and then they're stored, and then we're constantly referring back to those memories as a point of reference, forming a base, shaping our lives. But sometimes, Gless, our minds trick us into believing counterfeit memories, things that didn't actually happen, but that we're convinced of.
You think I'm delusional? Think I'm making shit up?
No. Did not say that. I don't think that you're making shit up. I think you're being very honest with me. But I do think you're trying to remember things your way and not necessarily the way they happened.
And why would I do this?
It's not a conscious decision. I don't think that you're intentionally dwelling in some fantasy world and dismissing reality. But these imaginary events that you say happen are just easier for you to understand. They're easier for you to get. They provide an explanation, which is justifiable to you, and then that makes you feel empowered.
Empowered? You think I feel empowered? Telling me that all I have inside of me, all these memories, are there because they're easier for me to deal with than what really happened, as if you know what really happened. How am I supposed to feel empowered when you tell me all I have inside of me is a lifetime of make-believe? I'm not feeling particularly empowered right now.
I'm not trying to upset you. Okay? I'm not trying to take away your sense of self or who you are. I'm trying to explain to you that going down this path where you turn your back on reality and you deny events that actually happened, that's only going to lead you further into harm. Now, as we discussed, this is not a conscious choice. Simply put, there's some hardwiring up there that we merely have to take out, examine, and come to terms with. And then through our discussions and a rigorous medication plan, I think we can really pull it together.
I love how you and everyone else has a simple explanation for everything. And it all starts with trying to erase my past from me. You've all tried for so long. My mother's tried since forever. Maybe it's her hardwiring you should pull out and examine.
I get that you don't understand what I'm trying to say. Okay? From your position, everything is as it should be. But being on the outside looking in, I can tell you that it certainly is not. Your mother is not the enemy. The denial, the refusal, the dismissal, those are the characteristics that support and they perpetuate your illness.
I think it's time for you to face the monster head on, this time of regressing into the recesses of your mind and hiding from it. That's over. Escape is not an option. Not for you.
Miss Dresden, you may experience what some patients refer to as the honeymoon effect immediately upon discharge from this hospital. This is a heightened state of emotion, excitement at being released back into the community. Your mood will certainly improve due to this sudden feeling of euphoria. Your spirits will be high. You will want to re-enter your life and attempt to improve all the little things that gradually became so large and all-consuming that they sucked you down into your own personal hell. Make no mistake that this intense feeling of happiness and hope is complete and utter bullshit. It is as fake as you are, and the person you're trying to be. You will eventually break down again, and either wind up back here in even worse shape, or, best case scenario, dead.
All the medications in the world cannot help you. All therapeutic measures will prove useless.
Time wasted on a woman who couldn't dig her way out of her own grave, or get out of her own way. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.
TV's not the only thing that rots your brain, you know. So, what now? Take a nice long bath. Scrub up the past few weeks of patient-to-patient disease. Ponder a new beginning and how exactly we make things right.
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet.
You know when I say we, what I really mean is you. There's nothing wrong with me. It's all you. There's not a magic wand you can wave to make this all go away. You are who you are, who you are. And that's the sad, sad truth.
I'm aware of that. painfully aware of that.
Painfully. Yes, I know.
This humidity drives me nuts. I can't think straight.
That's not the humidity.
It's so fucking hard to think straight these days. All these days just blur together.
Tell me more.
It's like I can't remember how one night bled into morning or how things happen.
It's time to burn those self-help books.
From what I've been told, I can't even remember the past 30 years.
See, it's breathing. It's what's in front of you have to worry about.
If I had it my way, I'd go beneath this skin, shed this skin, just peel it all off.
Show the world what you really are.
And show them what they've done.
The system failed you, Angel.
They butchered the angels.
And now it's your turn to be the butcher.
I hate them all. I fucking hate her. I want to break their faces, break every last one of them, break that bitch who threw me away. She threw my life away. This pathetic excuse of a life. I want to know what's going on in here. They're hovering. How fucking deep? Where the fuck did I go?
Tonight could be the perfect night for Harry. Open the gate and let the devil out.
I am the devil! I can burn this world to the ground. I can show this world the face they made. This Schenk. And I can rip it off and give it back to them.
And make him suffer, Gless. Every last one of them.
This is what I've become.
All you'll ever be, Gless. All you'll ever be.
This is what I'll get them. This will be the last face they ever see. And I hope they see it every day in hell. Burning fucking hell. And I'll see them there. I'll see them there and I'll make sure they never forget.
And we know who's to blame. Who set things in motion? Who pushed down the first piece?
This is what I am. A product of my environment. A product of natural dysfunction. Predisposed. Determined.
They can't determine everything, Gless. No matter how hard they try.
She threw away my life, God damn it. She threw away my life. It was her that should have died. Not Dad. Not him. And I was just left with her. And she threw me away. She threw me away.
She threw you away, Angel. A poor, lovely, broken angel. They made you want to see things their way. Made you forget where you came from.
I can't see past my own hatred, Gless. Neither can you. No one should live like this.
A life for a life, Angel. And then your own.
These are the moments that drive you crazy, and it's all you've ever known.
I know, love. I know. We're not in this alone. There's absolutely nothing to worry about. Ever again.
I still remember these things.
I've been waiting, watching out for you, Gless. I never went anywhere, no matter what they told you.
I feel like I can still dip my hand back in time and bring you back.
Not everyone gets the chance to make things right, Gless. Some people live their whole lives wondering what could have been, wondering when things went so wrong. Most never do anything about it and simply carry that baggage for the rest of their lives. But not you. You don't have to anymore.
It's not just me. It never was.
You know that I would never leave you. I will always be with you. In your heart. Part of everything you are and ever do. My blood runs through my daughter's veins. And that won't ever change. It's finally starting to make sense, isn't it? How loneliness is contagious. How things need to be made right. How some people deserve to suffer so that the rest of us may live the way we were supposed to.
I can close my eyes and hope it was all a dream. And pretend. There's no point living like there's a meaning when there's not. Sometimes the best times are spent pretending we're someone else. Someone who can do the things we can't.
Hi, Gless.
Hi.
Thank you for calling me. It's been so long.
Yeah. It has been a long time.
I've missed you so much, honey.
I missed you too.
Oh, I was so happy when you called me. How have you been?
Good. I've been good. You?
Okay. I've been okay. I worry about you, you know.
You always worry.
I know I do. You're still my baby, no matter how old you are. So, how's work going?
Fine.
That's good. And are you still seeing, what's his name, Dr. Marshall?
No, I stopped seeing him.
Why's that?
I didn't find our doctor-patient relationship very fulfilling.
But don't you still
I can
need-
figure things out on my own, fine. I'm good, really.
So, what did you want to talk about? Your voicemail sounded kind of urgent.
Well, you know this weekend is the 20th anniversary of Dad's death.
I know. I know it is.
I don't know, I just thought we could talk about him.
What about?
Seems like after all these years, he's still a subject we just try to ignore.
I know.
So why is that? I mean, I still remember that day vividly. It's burned into my brain. I went to school that morning and everything was normal. I come home and there's a cop car or an ambulance outside the house. You're crying and hysterical. Nobody will talk to me to tell me anything. And then I'm just told my father's dead. That there was an accident and he fell down the stairs.
I've tried to explain things to you over the years, but I had to be careful. You were so young, and there was only so much that I thought you could handle and understand.
Well, why don't you try again?
It happened just like you remember it, honey. Just like I told you.
No. There was something more going on, Mom. Fucking say it. Oh, for Christ's sake, say something!
What do you want me to say?
Oh, I don't know. Why is it we never went to his grave? Why is it you threw away all pictures of him and tried to raise me to forget about him?
There are things that happened that were difficult to talk about. I knew that life would be hard for you without a father and that the circumstances were hard, but Gless, you mean everything to me. I wanted so much for you. I wanted you to have as normal of a life without a father as you possibly could. And then I watched you grow up and become sick and depressed. And I tried, Gless. I tried so hard for you. For both of us.
You're still hiding something. I know you are. What aren't you telling me? You know, as much as I remember times with him, they always seem to be cloudy. And yeah, it made me sick. How do you think it felt, being the only 10-year-old in therapy like there was something wrong with me?
I know that it was hard for you. It was hard for me too. You have to understand
and
that.
I grew up doctor after doctor, each one trying to change my memories, trying to convince me of things, fucking me up more and more to the point that I don't even know what I was becoming.
They were trying to help you. We were all trying to help you.
Enough of this bullshit. Talk. Now. Say something. 20 years is a long fucking time.
You want to know things? I'll tell you, Gless. Your father wasn't the man that you remember. He wasn't at all. In fact, he was a very sick man. And dangerous. He wasn't always. But as time went on in our marriage, he became more and more psychotic. He'd disappear for weeks at a time when you were a baby, leaving me alone with you. I'd call the police and thought he was missing, and then out of nowhere he'd just come back and pretend like everything was fine. And he'd just walk around the house in a daze, and he'd just look at me, look through me, like he wanted to kill me sometimes. And he became violent, Gless. He made me so afraid for my life and yours. He'd throw things around the house, break furniture, and scream incoherently. I'd hide you away because I was so scared of what he might do. I'd send you to the neighbors or to Aunt Heather's just to get you away. He was losing his mind. He'd become like a lunatic at times. But one day, he threatened me with a knife, Gless. He held me against the wall and pressed it against my throat.
Why have you never said any of this before?
How exactly was I supposed to tell you any of this, Gless? And then I started seeing you take on the same behaviors. You'd grow so distant and delusional sometimes. I could see you growing angry. You wouldn't talk to me. You'd turn inwards. I took you to so many doctors to try to bring you some peace. I swear I could see him looking at me through your eyes sometimes, and it scared the hell out of me. I just wanted you to be happy. I wanted you to be a normal little girl. I I never wanted to see you hurt like that. Like you still are. I can still see the pain in your face.
But I'm not sick anymore. In fact, I've never been more myself. It wasn't an accident, was it, Mom? He didn't just fall down the stairs, did he?
No. No, he didn't.
That sounded like a bullshit story. Even then. So, what did happen?
I pushed him. I pushed him down the stairs and he died, and that's exactly what happened. I did it because I had to. Because if I didn't right then and there at that moment, I may never have been able to. He attacked me in the bedroom and he threatened to take you away and then I'd never see you again. He was standing at the top of the stairs. And I had to. It was the only way.
It was the only way. It was the only way. Some things are inevitable. Some things are simply meant to happen no matter what the intervention. That doesn't stop for anyone. Your miseries are your own. Everything happens for a reason. And when events take place that prevent their certainties from happening, life comes to a grinding halt. Slices of time and space come peeling off the walls, and nothing is as it should be. Sacrifices have to be made. I didn't see him looking at you with my eyes. That was me the whole time. I had grown to exactly the person I was meant to become. I never tried. And this doesn't mean that I don't love you. This is so much bigger than me. And it's what's right.
to say if life was more cyclical or linear. I can see signs of the same thing happening to the same people over and over and over again. But I can also see how everything makes sense through a straight and narrow path. There is some beginning point where the pieces begin to fall, pushing down everything else after it. It builds and builds. Everything bleeds into something else. And it is how my face is now here. And soon it'll be up there and over there. And that'll be the end of my falling pieces and the start of someone new. Because I'm bleeding out into this world, slipping and sliding exactly where I'm supposed to go. And maybe I'll see you there.
Well, you certainly took advantage of this video diary idea. You said quite a lot.
I was being honest.
That's good. It's good. You should be honest, and I want you to be always. Now, you did say some startling things in there. Who is you? Who are you talking to?
Who was I talking to?
Yes, at the end of the entry, you said, maybe I'll see you there. So, see whom, where?
See you, Doctor. Everywhere.
See me. What does that mean? See me everywhere.
You and everyone else. Everywhere. All the time.
You know, Gless, when I first suggested the video diary, it was meant to capture you at moments that you felt agitated or anxious, so that we could go back, watch it together, and then pick apart what might have been bothering you at the time. Having said that, how did it make you feel to watch that?
It didn't make me feel anything.
Okay. Do you remember how you felt when you made the recording?
No.
Well, what's going through your mind right now? I can tell something is going on up there. Your eyes are telling me you have something to say.
I think I've come too far to ever go back.
Okay. Go back where? Go back when?
It's like I said. Before my line of pieces started falling.
What do you recognize as the moment your pieces started falling? Was it your mother's death? Or earlier than that?
No. Long before that.
Then when?
Back before I had any inclination of what I was capable of. Or becoming. Before I ever knew that there was even the slightest possibility things weren't
as they seemed.
Welcome back, Gless. There's nothing to be afraid of. You were your own worst enemy, but the time for that has come and gone.
Everything is so quiet.
Let me take you away from here. Away from these walls. There's no help for you here. There never will be. They can't fix what's broken inside of you. Your heart, your spirit, your hope. They can make their promises, but their promises won't take away the pain. I just don't see an end to this. The end is right in front of you. You can't see it because you can't see past the memories you've been led to believe. You've seen it so many times before. People who've reached the ends of their rope with nowhere to turn to, nowhere to go. Loveless, blind, numb, caught between themselves and the lives they wish they could have led. That is truly the worst sin of all. Looking back and hating everything you see.
I do hate everything.
I'm so sorry for everything you've had to go through. You've lived and died so many times inside yourself, haven't you? You won't have to anymore, Krist. You won't have to feel this way ever again. Everyone's going to love you. Oh, let it go. Brave girl, Gless.